Hey everybody, it's Ethan Van Sciver. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro's Secrets tonight. Yeah, welcome. It's kind of Comicsgate live here. This is Comicsgate. I'm Comicsgate, and so are you. Welcome. You're in the right place to be right now. Hello. We got Chimera here. Mega Magnot. Welcome. Thank you. He says Jabba. And we got William Noblin, who says hashtag pencils down. That's the hashtag in the moment. Pencils down. Pencils down, class. The test is over. Everything is going to change from here on out. Things are going to change. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to discuss all of that. Hail EVS, Human Sunbeam. Hello, Andrew, Sabina. Pencils down. A lot of people saying pencils down. And here's something interesting here. Hail. Now eat that steak, says Rocket Simp. No. Andrea knows about the steak situation. And Andrea went into the freezer and she found enormous beef, like spare ribs. They're like this big, and she's defrosting them and she's going to cook them. And that is what I'm going to eat. It needs to be something with bone so I can pick it up. The whole idea is to be a disgusting caveman. So she said, they're not going to be ready tonight. I said, people can wait. I'm going to do it. I've never let you guys down before. Every idiotic thing that I promised to do, I do. I burn clothing. I set bonfires. I've never had to paint my hair. For that, I'm grateful. Well, I don't have any. Nobody's ever asked me to dye my hair because I don't have any hair. So fortunately, that's never been an issue. Never had to do that. And I appreciate you guys. But I do everything else that you guys tell me that, every arrangement that we have. This is important. It's important that we do this. It's important that we stay in the same league, the same kind of, we need to stay on the same page with one another because right now we are smack dab. Well, almost, not smack dab. We're almost in the middle of the first month for Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Cyberfrog faint hair. Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. That's the sequel to Cyberfrog Blood Honey. And this campaign is moving right along. It's doing great. Let me just show you where it's at here. I came downstairs and I was like yelling at Andrea. I did this whole thing. I did this whole like speech for her. I said, this is a game of inches right now. It's not a game of yards. It's a game of inches. We are right in the middle of this campaign, the first month. And right now we fight hard for every dollar that we get. Every $1,000 that we add to a campaign is a milestone. We're pushing. You understand the way that Indiegogo campaigns work, the way that all crowdfunding campaigns work. And it's frustrating. I tell this to people all the time. I'm like, look, you're going to see your campaign slow down in the middle. That's what happens. Your first 48 hours are huge. And God only knows if your first 48 hours continued at that pace throughout 30 days, you'd be a billionaire. You'd be a billionaire. But first 48 hours, then things kind of slow down. And feel tepid. They feel a little uncomfortable. And then like at the last 48 hours, they blow up again and everything. I mean, it's crazy. You'll get an amazing, amount of backers of the last 48 hours. But you could sit around and you could wait for those two periods. You could do the first 48 hours. You could do the last 48 hours, or you could be aggressive. You could be aggressive. You get out there and you fight for you fight for every step. You're pushing that ball towards the end zone. You're carrying it towards the end zone. Every inch matters. That's what we're doing. I took a nap today. I woke up to $2,000 more. I celebrated. Just while I was asleep, people were backing Cyberfrog. It was wonderful. We have 3,485 backers. We're coming up 15 more backers, and we're going to be at 3,500 backers. And I can't wait to get there. We are almost, 956 executive honeycomb boxes. Which is huge. Today, by the way, you see this logo? See this Cyberfrog logo? This was designed back in the 90s by a fellow named Mark Maz. He was the art director at Harris Comics. Mark Maz is Comicsgate, and we've stayed in touch. Mark is still a designer. He designs all these, he designs comics, he designs magazines, he does stuff like that. So I got in touch with him. I said, Mark, do you remember Salamandroid? He says, no. I said, Mark, let me refresh your memory. And I showed him the Salamandroid ash can. I said, you designed this logo for Salamandroid, like the Salamandroid logo for this ash can. and we never used it again. We only used it once, and we need to use it. I need it. I need you to reconstruct this. I need you to reconstruct this logo. I'll pay you. I'm putting money out there in the economy. Some people are not. Some people are tightening their purse strings. I'm paying people. I'm out there getting work done. You guys have to understand one thing. When you guys put money into Cyberfrog, I put it into the economy. I put it into Comicsgate. I keep comic book people working. And that's what I do. So I said, can you do that? And he said, yeah, I'll do it. And he gave me his price. It was completely reasonable. Happy to pay it. And today, Salamandroid, the logo is back. He gave it to me in red, but we're going to put blue around this. We're going to change the colors. People were like, I want different colors. We can do whatever colors we want. This is the logo, though. This is the classic 90s logo that he rebuilt from scratch. Salamandroid Death Sting. This is the logo for Salamandroid's pinup book. And we got it again. It looks pretty good. If you look at it next to Cyberfrog, like Cyberfrog and Salamandroid, you can see that we could do like a team-up book and call it Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. We got two logos. It's fresh. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I want to keep everything consistent. You know, if you go back and you buy those old Cyberfrog books, I want them to have the same logo that they had in the 90s with Harris Comics. And then Salamandroid books going forward, and there will be Salamandroid books going forward, are also going to be, the logo is going to be the same as the Salamandroid zine, the ash can from the 90s. It's all going to match. It's all going to look like it was all planned that way. Bum, 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 bum. We think about these things very carefully. So this is Salamandroid Death Sting's logo. I'm still working on the goddamn motherfucking cover. Excuse me. It is a triple gatefold wraparound glow-in-the-dark cover, and it is an incredibly complex piece of artwork. It's Salamandroid hanging on by one arm to the statue of William Penn in Philadelphia on the top of a building, the whatchamacallit, City Hall, on top of City Hall. He's got William Penn's hat, like he's hanging, he's like, and he's blowing fire, and he's roasting. He's cooking the Vespis. You could almost say that he's roasting them. You could almost say it's a dark roast. You could almost say he's a bit like your boy Zach. A bit like your boy Zach. Roasting, absolutely roasting the Vespis. So it's going to be a triple gatefold. This book is going to be awesome. I'm thinking about making it a little longer than 20 pages, but I don't want to scare anyone. It tells the fate. Salamandroid gets a spin-off book. Everyone sure seemed to love Sal. And lots of people asked me if he might get his own title. Well, sure. This 32-page comic will tell the story of what happened to Salamandroid during the Vespis invasion of 1998 and the fate that befell this lovable giant. It ties directly to Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. Is it necessary to understand Wreck Planet? No. See how I spell it? No. But will it enhance your reading experience? Big time. Of course it will. And if you don't back it, you'll find yourself looking for it later. And those people who have it, they're going to be like people who had fresh water in the movie Waterworld. You know, if you didn't have fresh water, you drank your own urine. Please don't resort to drinking your own urine. Buy Salamandroid Death Sting. By the way, if I ever go on QVC, this is going to be my pitch. If I ever become I want to be on TV selling Cyberfrog. And if I ever do, that is going to be my pitch to the television audience. Don't drink your own urine. Buy Salamandroid Death Sting. Like that. That'll probably be, that'll be my pitch. No? No spoilers. Let's talk about the content. I've drawn and written it. It will have a wraparound glow-in-the-dark cover. 20 pages of art and story. I'm thinking about doing it more. I'm thinking about doing more. With a bonus rogues gallery of pin-up art and information about all their villains. There's a handy option to back both Wreck Planet and Death Sting. And that'll give you the whole story. The whole story. So I don't know. I feel like pitching Salamandroid Death Sting pretty hard right now because I'm excited as hell about it. I love Salamandroid. I know you guys do too. So this campaign's doing great. We had Mike S. Miller today going, I doubt Ethan Van Sciver's even going to get to 5,000 backers. What are you, crazy? Of course I'm going to get to 5,000 backers and beyond, way beyond. We're going to do just fine, Mike S. Miller. Just fine. Worry about yourself. Let's not worry about Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet. Believe me, this campaign has legs. Cyberfrog jumps. Cyberfrog is jumping all the time. It's doing just fine. Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales, the same thing. Look at this. $132,682. Everyone loves this. This campaign just keeps moving. It keeps defying all expectations. Backer Kit said, oh, it's going to get to 120,000 maybe. No, it's at 132,000. This campaign is cruising. This campaign is absolutely killing it. There's no doubt about it. And for good reason. Everybody wants, look at this. Everybody wants these reprints, which have been colored, relettered. Everybody with brand new covers. Everybody wants these beautiful colored, relettered reprints of the first appearance of Cyberfrog, which, by the way, if you find them on eBay right now, are extremely expensive. Cyberfrog #1 is like $500 on eBay. I mean, it's almost like I'm Stan Lee. It's almost like I'm the new Stan Lee, SJWs. It's almost like I'm the brand new Stan Lee. Stan Lee left us, and his spirit came into my soul. Yes, I am saying that I'm the next Stan Lee, SJWs. What do you want to do about it? What are you going to do? And it's almost like that. And all of the work that I did before is now incredibly valuable. It is providing retailers in this tough time of need, providing them with an opportunity to make a little extra money. Max Hammer says, you're not Stan Lee. Crazy Ed says, don't get too cocky, kid. Wait, how many? Hold on a second. Let me look at you guys demonizing me for all I said was that I was the next Stan Lee. That's all I said. Some of you were taking that the wrong way. Some of you are taking that the wrong way. Ethan looks like a gently used Stan Lee. You're not Stan Lee. Do not say that. Perth Comics, calm down. Calm down, Ethan. How dare you? You shouldn't. I mean, it's a sacrilege for you to say that you're the new Stan Lee. You're right, true believers. You're right. Excelsior. Enough said. I will calm down. Stanley couldn't draw, says Flintock. See, I'm better than Stanley. So what I'm trying to say, SJWs, is that I'm even better than Stanley. I'm not saying I'm the new Stanley. I'm saying I'm better than Stanley. I'm saying I'm Stan E. That ding is Dan Fraga. Hold on, let me see what Dan Fraga wants to say. He's sending me texts. Oh, look at that, Dan. Yeah. Dan just drew Red Sonja for his cover. It looks good. Dan, good job, pal. Great job. I'm looking forward to launching that cover on Indiegogo. We'll have you here promoting it, obviously. Why is it that I won't? I have to understand one thing, guys. I will not be appreciated in my time. I will not. It's going to take a long time for me to be appreciated properly. In the meantime, if you guys don't want to appreciate, if I'm not Stan Lee, let me give you a choice. Star Tiger says you have a bigger nose than Stan Lee. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Stan Lee's nose was, no, it wasn't. All right, look. Either I'm Stan Lee and you guys accept me as the new Stan Lee, or your other choice is Mags Visaggio. Now, Mags Visaggio just put out Vagrant Queen on the Sci-Fi Network. Vagrant Queen. Mags Visaggio has where's Mags? There's Mags. Here's a picture of Mags. It's two pictures of Mags. Here's Mags, Alice in Wonderland. Mags is trans, of course. You can tell that. Sitting in the cockpit of the spaceship that's used for this show. Mags is very excited about having a TV show on the Sci-Fi Network. So look, it premiered. Mags' show, Vagrant Queen, premiered while her fellow SJWs were worried about their jobs. Like, comic stores are closing down. Everyone's scared. Everyone's sad. Everyone's timid. Meanwhile, Mags has a TV show, Vagrant Queen. Let's read the reviews here. Fast-paced, funny, with heart. I don't think anybody watched it. I am not seeing too many reviews for Vagrant Queen. I'm not seeing people talking about Vagrant Queen anywhere. I wish I was. I would like to know. I didn't watch it. Fast-paced, funny, with heart. It knows what it is. Shit. But exceeds its limitations with genuine characters played by actors who seem to be loving their roles. Roles spelled like fat rolls. They seem to be loving their fat roles. Every bit of this show, from the bisexual lighting. Oh, that's what this is? Is fuchsia bisexuality? Bisexual lighting? Bisexual lighting. Hold on a second. Remember that character? Remember that creature who worked for Liononi Press called Bisexual Lighting and Murder? And I said, what in the world is bisexual lighting? We see it again. We see that expression used here again. What is it? My goodness. I'm very curious. Okay. Who knows? That's what it is, right? Fuchsia is bisexual lighting. We're learning a lot of things. We're learning a lot of things about the homosexual underworld here on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, as it was called in the movie JFK. In the movie JFK, starring Kevin Costner, who drank his own urine in Waterworld, it was called the homosexual underworld. They're the ones who killed the president, by the way, if you watch that movie. Every bit of this show, from the bisexual lighting to the over-the-top action to the 90s rave vibe in the music, is just bouncing off each other, sparking and exciting magic that I can't wait to follow through. 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. Nate V's review. The show feels like it's trying to shove the conflict down your throat. With little to no explanation. Even the very first scene, though, is them giving zero explanation while introducing the main character. Honestly, this show feels like Killjoys, but without all the storytelling that a good show should have. This first episode really decided that I won't watch this show again. Very smart people are watching this show. Here's another fairly good review. Based on the slightly more serious comic book by Magdalene Visaggio and Jason Smith. Former child Queen Elido forced to wander the galaxy, evading the revolutionary forces that wanted her dead. When an old frenemy claims to know the whereabouts of Elida's long-lost mother, she is forced to return to her. This person is forced to do a lot of things. Forced. Forcibly. Yeah. Nothing is consensual. A lot of force. She's forced to return to her former kingdom and stage a rescue. Vagrant Queen aesthetic and writing is somewhat clever. Fun space series, though rather shallow. I feel as the series progresses, it will pick up steam and find some needed soul. I am enjoying the process of developing the main three characters as they come together. It kind of gives me a Guardians of the Galaxy feel when it comes to adding all those aspects into one. There are some pretty tight action scenes. The acting, for most part, it's good. The show is trying to balance the drama. The show is trying to balance. The show is trying to balance comedic sensibilities and some drama. If Vagrant Queen can dial in some of the camp with a little bit more of the serious tone, I think it could be quite good. I'm definitely going to invest more time in the story and character development, as I think both are going to get better. Mary R gives it 1 star. The Vagrant Queen seems designed for 12-year-olds. The action is campy and the acting is low level, not up to the usual Sci-Fi Channel standards. Sci-Fi Channel standards are usually Sharknado, the Sharknado movies. That is the high standard that one can expect from the Sci-Fi Network. So these aren't great reviews. Let me see if there are critical reviews. None. All critics. Josh Bell from CBR. How about that? He gives it a tomato. Are you kidding me? CBR reviewed Vagrant Queen and gave it a tomato. without relying on fancy special effects. Vagrant Queen puts more effort into snappy dialogue and engaging character relationships. You don't say. You don't say. Wow. Very cool. Here we go. Here's another review. Truly awful. Wow. Truly awful. That's like, that's not a good review. Bad acting, bad sets, bad special effects, and bad direction. To be honest, I can't believe this show was ever picked up. Unless something drastic happens, it will be canceled before season's end. It was a struggle to watch it through. It was a struggle. It was a conf. It was her conf, but it wasn't mine conf. I didn't bother watching it. I didn't bother watching it at all. Not yet. I might watch it. If you guys want me to, I will. I will give it a review. You know, I'll give it a review. So again, here's Mags. And this is the thing. I mean, having a TV having a TV show is fun. I've never had one. I can't imagine the glory of sitting in the cockpit of the spaceship of my sci-fi network TV show. Mags is living it up. Mags is absolutely living it up. So hooray, everyone. Hooray. Let's see here. All right. So is there more here? Let me see what this is. No, is that it? What's this? Oh, this is Mags talking to the one of the actors. Paul, can I just say that you put in an absolutely incredible, mesmerizing performance? So much beautiful scene chewery. Thank you kindly, and thanks for watching. Though credit goes to our deliciously talented showrunner, Jem Garrett. This guy doesn't even know who Mags is. This guy's in her show. Thanks for watching. I created you, Lazaro, says Mags. That's tough. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? I'm Mags Visaggio. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Yeah, most of the credit goes to our talented showrunner. Thanks for watching. I created you. So that's disappointing. There's a little bit of disappointment there for Mags, but you know what? Good luck. Some people are enjoying. Some people are enjoying the comic book industry in its current state more than others. I guess Mags is one of those people who's enjoying it more. I am too. I'm having a great time. It's great to see you guys. Look at, we got more people coming in here. 1,336 people watching now. Love you guys so much. How wonderful. How absolutely wonderful. Now, some of you have been saying, Ethan, we're sick of your shit. And they say it like that. You're like, we're sick of your shit. And I'm like, well, like what? What did I do? And you say, you keep putting out chicken box images, and you aren't putting the chicken box image on a t-shirt. And fair enough. I haven't, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to upset anyone like that. I had to fix it. I had to fix these complaints. You guys asked for things, and I follow through. Today, we launched chicken box t-shirts. You can get the chicken fry. This is the restaurant that Heather Swain works at. This is Cyberfrog Immersion right here. Chicken fry, made fresh, served hot. And it just says, eat me all over it. Eat me, the Eat Me t-shirt. All right, so I hope that's good for you guys. The link's in the description. It says buy Cyberfrog t-shirts here. Let's see, there's another one here. This is just a more plain one. If you want one that doesn't say eat me on it, like this is the one. By the way, these come in all kinds of sizes, including 5XL. And by the way, this 5XL thing is what got you guys to make fun of me in the first place about being 5XL. I'm not 5XL. I would swim in a 5XL t-shirt. But because I wanted to make sure that my t-shirts could fit everyone, size is small, all the way to 5XL, okay? You guys tortured me for that for 2 years. 2 years running. But this is it. The chicken fried t-shirt will fit a 5XL individual if you want. We can go back here and just look again. And there's one more chicken fried t-shirt. This one says, aliens would invade for this. Okay, they would. They didn't, but they would. They would invade for chicken fried chicken. It's really, really good. Make sure that you get your chicken fry t-shirt. When you wear it in public, people will say, I've never heard of that place. And you go, what, do you live in a cave? Like, that's how you respond. When people say chicken fry, what What's that? Is that a restaurant, a local restaurant? Say, what do you live in a cave? Like that, and look at them with scorn. Look at them with contempt, thinly veiled contempt, belittle them, mock them. You know, that's what you should do. Right here, we've got more t-shirts, of course. We've got the Fandom Menace, very popular t-shirt, Fandom Menace hat. Get one of these. Also, get the Cyberfrog Salamandroid poster. These are beautiful quality posters here. You can get these. I've got one behind me. Many of you have said, where did you get that? Well, right here. You can get it right here. Get an All Caps Comics t-shirt. And, of course, the new Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet t-shirts are also available here. Everyone has the Cyberfrog t-shirt, the old one, but this is the new one. It says, get wrecked. Get wrecked. All right. So very good, guys. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for wearing the t-shirts. As you can see, I am wearing my John Malin t-shirt right now. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Comicsgate t-shirt. I really, really like this. Looks good on me, too. Many of you are like, wow, Ethan, you look really, really slender in that John Malin Graveyard Shift t-shirt. I'm like, yeah, I do. And then you're like, are you losing weight? And I'm like, no, I'm gaining weight. And they go, that makes it all the more impressive. Indeed, it does. All right, let me look and see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Yes, get wrecked. Wrecked is the best. Close doxing yourself, Caesar. Well, you guys are going to do it anyway. You know, some of you people out there, all you do is go find the things that I'm wearing and then dox them and then put them on Twitter just to make fun of me. And then people go, oh, look, hey, ha, ha, ha. Oh, it's real funny, guys. It's real funny to find my clothes and then put them all over Twitter and dox my clothing. How dare you? Shocking. Every single day, your behavior shocks me. And that goes for all of you. That goes double for you. All right, look, guys, we've got some bad stuff going on right now in the comic book industry. You may not know this, but bad things are going on. The first thing that I want to talk about is this. I got to keep you guys informed. You know, some of you are not informed about what's going on. By the way, Theocrat of Pootie Tang, thanks for $5. I love Antonio. Hold on a second here. People are talking about Antonio here. What's going on? I love Antonio, but he was acting like a petulant whiner last night. Is he that friend you now have to walk on eggshells around? Take your ribbing, Antonio. All right, here's the thing about that. First of all, being Comicsgate, it's a nightmare. When you're actually producing a comic book, I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is the case. But when you are actually putting out your comic book, now Antonio did make a mistake, and I told him this to his face. I had to rib him last night because I said, "What did you do? You put out brand 2. You've got brand 1 in your hands, and you haven't shipped it to people, and you launch brand 2. You could have waited. Just wait. Slow your roll." That's what you say to people. You say, "Slow your roll," like that. And then if you would just ship the books first, and people were getting them in their hands and going, I like this, and then launch brand 2, you would have made $60,000 in your first month. At least. I didn't even know the campaign had launched. I wasn't even aware of it. People said brand 2 was launched, and I said, what? I was shocked by that. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you do. When you're Comicsgate, people torment you. They seek to torment you. They seek to get you upset. It's not just me. You know, it's like they don't just do it to me. They do it to everyone. Everyone. You have to develop a thick skin, and you have to you have to become a soldier, guys. You know, when you're out there trying to produce a comic book, you put a comic book out. Every single thing that you do will be scrutinized. Every little misstep, every little thing that looks like a misstep will be scrutinized. These people are going to take you to the woodshed every single day. And all you can do is laugh, be strong, and just remember that you are making a lot of money in comics, you know, and you are. I mean, you should be. And if you didn't do it this time, you'll make more next time. So that's the Antonio story. I think Antonio was feeling a little bit of strain last night, and he needed a little bit of brotherly poking and prodding. Antonio normally doesn't kind of look stressed like that, but he's sitting there boxing up hundreds and hundreds of copies of comics while he's under fire. The same thing happened to me when I was doing Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I'm sitting there going, okay, I'm taking fire from everywhere. I'm getting complaints from people who are complaints that are genuine, and then complaints from disingenuous a-holes. At the same time, I'm getting articles written about me about where's the book. I've got people trying to take me down, calling me a criminal, this and that. All of this stressful stuff is happening. They really are like bullets whizzing all around your head. And I'm down there. I got my head down. I'm trying to appear sunny and happy on live streams when connecting to you guys, and still producing the best comic book of my life. It's an incredible thing to go through, and it does make you. I think it does harden you a little bit, not in your pants, your skin. It hardens your skin. It's stressful. You think though that this is just temporary, and then over time it's going to get better as we produce more comics. Brand number 2 comes out. Brand number 3 comes out. The rest of the industry is collapsing all around itself. Literally decimated this week. In the definition of decimation, at least 10%, perhaps 20% of the comic book industry is no more. After all of this is over with, some things are going to change. We'll talk about all that tonight, but that's where Antonio was. We're still, obviously, Antonio's fine. Love Antonio. He's a great guy. He's got to learn. Yeah, he's going to take a beating like all of us do, and he's got to stay strong. All of these guys got to stay strong. You're watching Dan Fraga out there right now. Dan Fraga is taking the entrance exam SJW beating right now, which is no fun. I mean, I would love to take it now. I would actually, it would be funny knowing what I know and understanding how these people operate, and it's always the same, to go through that again. But Dan's going through it for the first time, and he's got disingenuous posers like Cully Hamner sitting there saying, I'm here to warn you. Comicsgate is a hate group. If you're going to do this, you're going to associate with them, you're going to have to disassociate with some of us. You should tell people what your associations are so they can decide if they still want to continue their 30-year friendship with you. That's who these people are. And Dan's going through that right now, and he's just like, whoa, Dan at least is strong enough and secure enough, and this is a guy who's had a career all over the entertainment industry. Dan is sitting there like, don't pressure me, you fakes, you frauds, you pussies, you biters, you ankle biters. Don't threaten me like that. I know better than this. You can't manipulate me. Dan is going to rise to what can I say about Dan? What are my feelings about Dan right now? Watching Dan go through this, I will tell you one thing. Dan's first campaign for Black Flag is going to make 6 figures quickly. First, Zach actually confided in me today. He said 6 figures in 3 days. I said 6 figures in 2 days. Everyone's going to back his book because A, his book looks great, and B, everyone likes Dan. People who are strong and who stand up for Comicsgate always do well. Dan's actually stands up for Comicsgate. He's strong-willed, and he's actually he's a natural entertainer and a super likable guy. This guy, he's going to his YouTube channel is going to do really well. His comic book's going to do really, really well, and he's going to be glad he joined us, while everyone else is trying to figure out how to do direct to consumer. And they're all going to have to learn to do direct consumer, or learn to code, or learn to perhaps swim. They're drowning. We have built the ark. Boom Studios stops printing comics, keeps graphic novels, no digital. Comic book publisher Boom Studios has issued the following to comic book retailers in the light of the current coronavirus pandemic shutdown of the comic book direct market, including letting us know the Diamond Comic Distributors has 2 weeks worth of the industry's comic book in storage. The Boom won't be printing anymore for now, and commit to not making these books available digitally until this all blows. It's all going to blow over. A pandemic, this disease, it's all going to blow over. We're all going to be fine, guys. Guys, this is going to be, eventually this is going to end, and we're all going to be just fine, right? That's what they're all hoping for right now. They're all hoping this is going to, it's not going to blow over. This is fundamentally changing everything about comics. I mean, if you think that this is going to blow over and everything's going to be okay, and we're just going to dust ourselves off and move on the way that we were, you're wrong. You're crazy. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for a brand new reality. And in that brand new reality, Comicsgate, like early Mammal. Comicsgate's like the companies like Boom Studios, they're like dinosaurs that didn't work out. They're like dinosaurs that are going to go extinct. The meteor hits, and what crawls out of the rubble? Early Mammal. We're monkeys. We're little monkeys in the trees, throwing shit. Grabbing, pooping in our hands, throwing it like that. That's what we're, I mean, figuratively speaking. We are early Mammal. We will inherit the earth. All right. So, however, they will continue to release graphic novels. That's good. And trade paperbacks into the bookstore market. So they're solely, Boom Studios is only going to be making graphic novels for Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble. Morgan Perry writes, emphasis ours, hi, retail partners. You don't want to be you don't want to be partners with a company that's about to tell you that they've just, they've been destroyed. First and foremost, the Boom Studios team hopes that your teams and your loved ones are safe and healthy during this crisis. With the news of our single issue distributor and some printers shutting down, we understand that this news, compounded with the government mandates to close our businesses and some localities, is going to make the foreseeable future challenging for comic shops and the industry as a community. Everyone's a community. We're a community. While new single issues releases were already printed for April 1st and April 8th, those releases are currently being held at Diamond. Boom Studios has halted single issue printing for the time being, pending further information regarding the resuming of physical distribution from our distribution partner, Diamond. We're waiting for Diamond. We're waiting to see what Diamond Comics does. What is Diamond going to do? And then we'll figure out what we're going to do. This is not proactive. This is not proactivity. You got to actually get your ass in gear and make a plan. Make a plan to do something. Graphic novels and collections will continue to release on Boom Studios' current book market schedule, typically the Tuesday after the direct market release date. And we advise retailers to consider additional distribution options for independent booksellers, such as Simon & Schuster or Ingram. If you would like to receive this product in your stores, we're only going to be, oh, wow. We're just, if you want Boom Studios books, go to Simon & Schuster, go to Ingram. Oh, shit. Simultaneously, Boom Studios is reevaluating our entire 2020 publishing schedule. Everyone's fired. And we will share details regarding any revisions to our previously announced schedule when they're finalized. Boom Studios has always been your best partner. Oh, shit, don't say that. I'm scared enough. I'm already worried enough. Don't say that you're my best partner. We're committed to supporting you and your business through this crisis. If you have any questions, please contact this guy. He'll be happy to assist you. I don't know. What is this? I think this is they should put like a payphone phone number. He'll be happy to assist you. Boom Studios goes boom. Absolutely destroyed, devastated. And so much was lost. We got Mouse Guard here. Mouse Guard was the only thing I think that was of much worth at Boom Studios. Mouse Guard, of course, was going to be a movie at Fox Studios. It's going to make somebody very, very wealthy. I love Mouse Guard. And Fox Studios was purchased by Disney, and that project was scrapped. It was already underway. I mean, it's so unfair. Life is so unfair. It's absolutely insane. Now, you got to be proactive. You got to actually make some decisions. And we haven't really heard from Marvel Comics too much. We hadn't really heard from DC Comics until today. And the DC Comics comes out like this. Now, this is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to explain why this is amazing to you guys. I know it's fuchsia. Everything's fuchsia all the time. Publishers, if you're listening to me, stop with fuchsia. Knock it off. Apparently, it's called bisexual lighting. I didn't know that. Is it bisexual lighting? Fuchsia. It's lit bisexually. Oh, I didn't. I get it now. It's lit bisexually. All right. DC Comics will use other distribution methods to get comics to stores. This is big right here. Now, in order to understand this article, you need to understand one thing. Diamond distribution was a monopoly. Everyone in the comic book business had an exclusive agreement with Diamond. You didn't use other distributors to get to comic book stores. Everyone used Diamond. That was the arrangement. Diamond stood alone. And if you wanted your books to be in comic book stores, you shipped them to Diamond. Diamond solicited them for you. And that was the entire arrangement. And unfortunately, at first it was a good thing. And then over time, as comic book stores began to disappear out of existence as they were blinking into insolvency, being restrained by Diamond became a problem. It became kind of a burden. What if we want to be in Walmart? What if we want to be in Target? What if we want to be in grocery stores again? What if we want to rebuild the newsstand? Well, you can't. And so, DC was trying to figure out some end runs to run around their exclusive contract with Diamond. And they decided to do these 100-page reprint books that were fully returnable. And therefore, they were allowed to do that. They found a legal loophole to be able to put some DC Comics in Walmart. And that was an extraordinary thing. Did it work? I don't know. I mean, they were there. Are they selling? I mean, maybe. I'm not noticing. Every time I go there, they're there. I don't see them sold out or anything like that. I'm not really sure how they're doing. But, DC Comics being in Walmart was an interesting thing. It kind of meant it was a little kind of shot across the bow of Diamond. And this started happening about 2 years ago. So now that Diamond has shut down, this is pretty extraordinary. Since the Diamond Comics distributor shut down and the closure of DC's printer, Transcontinental, in Canada, there has been much discussion wondering what DC and Marvel Comics would be doing regarding comic books published in this coming week. A number of publishers have declared that they will suspend publication, print and digital, while many comic stores are also shut down. But DC Comics is different, guys. DC Comics, I will tell you this. I worked there for a long time. They're not stupid. They're all business. DC Comics has remained resolutely silent, during this time regarding this issue. That changed tonight as they have now announced something very different to retailers. Why tonight? It's Saturday. While they are making all comic books from over a week ago until the end of June returnable. So there's going to be this period of time where all of the books, from DC Comics are returnable. Send them back. We're going to take a loss on those. It seems that DC Comics will not stop printing or distributing comics. They are not stopping. They have sourced other printers. By the way, Mike S. Miller said, I can't print Lone Star, even though I just finished it. Transcontinental closed down. Transcontinental closed. Let me see if I can find this here. Transcontinental closed down. And therefore, I don't know what I'm going to do. Would you like a digital comic? Would you? Here's Mike's. Printer is down, but the book is done. Digital, anyone? So good news, bad news. The book is finished. Brando pages are all in, all lettered, good to go. Bad news is my printer, Transcontinental, just announced they will be shutting down for 3 weeks due to the coronavirus. So I'm going to be sending out digital copies of the books you purchased. That doesn't cost anything. As soon as they're compiled to PDFs, which should be very soon. I've also made a very low-cost 3-pack of digital files available for 3 books, Lone Star 1, 2, 3, Monster Hunt. For anyone who didn't get all the book but still wants to read them all, it's $20. You want to give me another $20 for 120 pages worth of Lone Star and Monster Hunt goodness? So I hope you're all staying healthy and safe during this difficult time and keep the faith. It's hard to keep the faith, Mike, but let me tell you something. Let me give you some good news. Transcontinental may be closed down. Might be closed down. But I want you to do what DC Comics is doing. I don't want your books to be delayed and getting into the hands of your backers who have been waiting for them for so long. I want you to do what DC Comics is doing. DC is going to use other printers There are other printers. Oh, and since you just finished the book, it's clear you didn't send them to Transcontinental yet. So why don't you do what DC Comics is doing? This is revolutionary, and use a different printer. There are lots of printers that are still open. And I don't think people should have to pay $20 for send me another $20 for the digital copies of my book while I'm waiting for the printer to reopen. No, just use another printer. Okay. So they have sourced other printers, as we heard they may be, but also other means of distribution. Now, this is gigantic. As it stands, DC Comics is exclusive to the direct market through Diamond Comics distributor. But guess what, bitches? Only while Diamond's in business. You go out of business, fuck you. We're not going to be using you anymore. We consider our exclusive agreement with you null and void. This is galaxy brained. This is great stuff. DC doing this is awesome. I got to say, I still respect this company, even though they fired Dan DiDio. This is extraordinary. To direct market retailers, first, the entire team here at DC hopes that you, your family, and your employees are staying safe and healthy during this very tough and precarious time. We know that you have been waiting for DC to comment on the state of affairs and to address any measures we will take to help our community lighten the burden of the disruption to our business. We've been working hard on blah, 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 long-term solution-focused plan. Here's how we will help. Periodicals are going to be returnable. Okay, this is good. So yeah, return. By the way, this should be a permanent thing. Comicsgate was fighting for returnability. We want comic book stores. We want everybody who receives this woke bullshit product to be able to return it at full cost back to the publishers. Therefore, you guys want to send us Supergirl meets her transgendered ally partner? You want to send us this weird stuff? You want to send us creepy, weird, woke, replacement characters, stand-in fake SJW comics? Okay, sure. We'll put them on the stand. And when they don't sell, we're going to send them right back to you. And you're going to give us our money back. That would end SJW Comics for good. That was one of the things that we were fighting for here in Comicsgate. We said there should be returnability. Mags Visaggio, G. Willow Willison, Kate Meth, whatever her name is, all these weirdos. Feel free to do whatever you want, but the comic store is not going to take the brunt for your bullshit. Your books will be returnable. They will be returnable. All right. And that would send a message. It would be like, okay, well, we better produce stuff that people actually want to buy. We produce books that people want to buy, and then, they're not going to return them. They're going to sell them. Boom. That's business. That makes sense. Right now, it's kind of unfair. All right. So additionally, because we anticipate the continued disruption to business operations will create regional volatility, DC is exploring a multi-distributor model. This is enormous. They're gonna build a bunch of miniature distributors to get all of their books to comic shops that remain open. They've lost faith in Diamond. They're going to make sure that these books get out. But in addition to that, we're going to engage in active conversation with Diamond. Yeah, Diamond, we'll see what happens when you get fixed. But also, we're going to shoot our comic books into Walmart and Target. Why? Why would we do that? Why would we double down on? Why would we explode our relationship with Walmart and Target into something much more significant? Well, Walmart and Target are essential. They're going to stay open. That's where to put your comic books right now. Mitch Breitweiser, Elizabeth Breitweiser, looking pretty smart at the moment. If they could just get Red Rooster done, Mitch, please. Looking like a genius right now. Walmart, which is where Allegiance Arts comics are going to be sold. Walmart isn't closing down. Walmart isn't closing down because it's essential. Every which way that you look at this, Comicsgate wins. We were prepared for this. We built this arc a long time ago. We had this all planned out. We didn't know it was going to come to this. But the fact that we don't rely on all of these different factions in order to get our comic books to you and to sell our comics is why we weather this. This means absolutely nothing. We're on the arc. These people are sitting there like DC's like, well, we're scrambling to put together a multi-branch sourced life raft that we're gonna be perched on. I know we're looking forward to when the rains kind of dry up, it stops raining. We're looking for the waters to recede right now, but in the meantime, we have sourced wood that's floating all around, and we're building while we're swimming. We're building a life raft. We're gonna float on that life raft until this all ends. Oh, well, can you do that for 40 days and 40 nights? We can. We're on the ark. Two of every animal. No Nassers, though. Not even one. Not even one Nasser body. So this is extraordinary. This is absolutely extraordinary. DC Comics is saying no more to Diamond. We're not going to respect our exclusive agreement because you're not in business. And because you're not in business, we feel free to do whatever we want to do. What are we going to do? We are going to explore the idea of newsstand again, magazine distribution in stores that remain open, grocery stores. We're going back to the 1960s. I don't know. It's incredible. Optimistically speaking, when this all changes, when the pandemic is over, 80% of the comic book industry will still be standing. And that's if we're lucky. That's if the comic book industry is lucky. What is this doing? Image Comics right now, so they're fully returnable. Image Comics being fully returnable because of the model that they employ, which is all back-end payment. You understand, if you're a woke, cat food eating SJW who's producing a disgusting, perverted Snoopy sex comic book about Snoopy being a sex worker, and you've threatened your boy Zach to make him a quadriplegic, if that's who you are, your comics are now fully returnable. The original agreement that you had with Image was, I'll give you $2,500, and you're going to put my books out there. You're going to solicit them. You're going to put them out there via the direct market. And any suckers that buy my comics, they're stuck with them. Any retailer that buys my comics, they're stuck with them. And then I get the royalties. So you give me, now I get 100% of the profits past the $2,500 I gave you. Whatever that's going to be. Your Snoopy sex worker pervert book comes in, you get a paycheck based on non-returnable sales. That's changed now. That's changed. Your Snoopy sex worker book is now returnable. We don't know how much to give you. It depends. It depends on how many books do not get returned to us. We anticipate that all of them will be returned to us. Every single one. Every single one of our books, your books will be returned. And therefore, woke, cat food eating, SJW psychopaths are not getting up from this. That is the end. That is the end of woke Image. That's the end of their model. It can't survive. Cannot survive. I just love it, dude. Pencils down. Pencils down. You guys are done. You guys are absolutely done. I gotta say, it is fun. It's fun to see the doom of these people. All we did was we stood strong. We withstood them. And they're panicking right now. I've never seen a meltdown like Gail Simone's meltdown on Twitter. Flipping out. These people, Gail Simone and people like her, are sitting there they're realizing that we had it right all along. They're realizing that they are now going to have to directly communicate to the hoi polloi, to the masses. They're going to have to walk with the proletariat. They're going to have to. They're going to have to try to talk to you guys like you're not scum. And they're not used to that. They're not used to that at all. They talk to you guys as though you're 5-year-olds. Gail has launched her YouTube channel trying to appear to be human. It hasn't worked. It has been bizarre. Her YouTube channel is bizarre. Putting it kindly, I would say. Putting it nicely, I would say her YouTube channel is bizarre. And this is not going to work for them. What does it take? What does it take to sell comic books to people like this, like we do? Being a real person, being fun, being funny, being engaging, letting people into the real you, letting them call you fat and not flipping out. Although I'm getting sick of it. Jonathan Hurst says, more Cecil, please. What, more Cecil than this? There's zero Cecil here. And that's plenty. That's more than enough, Cecil. So how are comic stores taking this? After all, they are the victims. And I like how it freezed right when I was picking my nose. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. I feel some responsibility towards comic book stores, I guess. Just in a kind of kind way. But we don't need comic book stores. A retailer crying out in pain. This article will give you an update on our situation and my thoughts on it. Last Thursday, here in Iowa, the governor gave the order that non-essential retailers, such as my store, had to close. Currently, the closing is to last until April 7th. I personally see the closings being extended just north of us. Minnesota issued a stay-at-home order. Business had dropped a lot, and that is putting it mildly. Can you imagine this? Things kept changing so quickly. We are used to knowing how things were going to be before the coronavirus. Not rapid, ever-changing events. Things do not look like they're going to get better anytime soon. This guy's got a realistic look on the ground. Just worse, he says. They're going to get worse. Iowa just had its first coronavirus death. I thought that would speed up calls for non-essential business to shut down here in Iowa. Downtown Des Moines. How do you pronounce this? Des Moines? Des Moines, that's right. Is a ghost town. Here in Ankeny, it's not much better. For the business, I did something I never thought I would have to do. I told 2 employees starting next week I would have to cut back hours and could not keep them. This was just days before the governor's order. I am now one of those evil managers who basically said, through no fault of your own, we are unable to keep you. There's his store. By now, most of you know there will be no more new comic shipments to any store. When there will be new comic shipments again, nobody knows. Ironically, the first Wednesday of no new comics starts April 1st. Not funny. We've tried to get the news out about no new comics and that we will be closed due to the governor's order, but not everyone checks social media or comic websites all the time. Customers that came in on our last Wednesday of being open were told about no new comic shipments. There was a wide range of reactions from people saying, no problem, we will still be back for back issues, to people in shock and people who were unable to believe it. Some thought it was just our store not getting new shipments, and we had to correct that. We called many people with pool boxes to let them know that if they wanted to get their comics, the sooner the better. Tuesday night was quite an odd night for me, knowing that this would be the last new comic shipment we would get for the foreseeable future. Tuesday nights were usually a good night for me. Seeing the new comics brought out the kid in me who first started crossovers. That started into comics. I know there is talk of a possible Marvel DC crossover. Damn it, I should never have put that hope out there. Everybody listens to this show. We've got 1,902 people watching right now. Everybody listens to and talks about Comic Artist Pro Secrets. This YouTube channel has become an enormous voice in the comic book industry, whether people want to admit it or not. And I said a couple of weeks ago, I said, you know what? Right now, when things aren't so good, what Marvel and DC could do is give a shot in the arm to retailers by producing Marvel versus DC again and the Amalgam Universe. Do nothing but event comics. A big, gigantic crossover between the two companies. It wasn't possible for 20 years because Dan DiDio hated Joe Quesada and vice versa, I guess. But Dan DiDio's gone. I don't see a reason why they couldn't do it. Well, I started talking about that, and then suddenly Gail Simone pretended it's her idea. She listens to it. Hi, Gail. She watches this show too. And then it got out into the lifeblood of the sad, broken comic book industry. And these guys, all of these pros, all the writers, started fantasizing. God, it was sad. They all started fantasizing about what it could be, what we would do. Wow. I could picture Scott Snyder doing Batman versus Wolverine. By the way, no artists were mentioned. No, in these fantasies that these woke writers were all having about Marvel versus DC, nobody mentioned any artists. It was all about the writers. Big problem. It's a big problem for the comic book industry, which is a visual medium. I care a little bit less about who's writing the book than I do drawing it. And I think most people do as well. Like most normal people, they care about how the book looks. Visuals sell comics. That one little basic flaw in their thinking has had a lot to do with why comics are failing right now. There's so many reasons why comics are failing. There's so many reasons. There's so many reasons why comics are on the brink right now. Why something like this, why this pandemic could kill the comic book industry. This pandemic couldn't have killed the comic book industry had it taken place in 1991. Can you imagine if in 1991 the coronavirus broke out and like people would weather it? People were making millions of dollars. Everybody would be chomping at the bit. Fans would be chomping at the bit for the next issue of Spawn, whatever, X-Men. But now there doesn't seem to be the enthusiasm, that there used to be. Bunch of woke soytards gate-kept talent out based on political beliefs, political affiliation, and surface traits. Surface level traits. Are you gay? Are you black? Better yet, are you Muslim? Are you trans? Are you a trans Muslim? Are you a trans Muslim in a wheelchair? I say Muslim. I think it's Muslim. Might be Muslim. Are you a trans Muslim in a wheelchair? Congratulations. Here's X-Men. Are you brown and queer? Are you queer and brown? Here you go. Here's X-Men. You're perfect. These people have just killed comics, and they've brought it so low. They brought the immune system of the comic book industry to such a degree. They've decimated the immune system of the comic book industry, taken it apart bit by bit, weakened it to the point where this virus will kill it, as though it were a senior citizen, which it is. Comic book industry is 80 years old. Comic book industry is 80 years old. It's prime. It is in the right age bracket for a fatality due to the coronavirus. But if only it were a little bit stronger. All right. So I put this out there. I put this into the bloodstream of the industry. And now retailers are like, if only. Look at this. I know there is talk. This is so sad. This is so sad. I know there is talk of a possible Marvel DC crossover. I started the talk. It's not them. It's just me goofing off. They're not doing this. And even if they did do it, you're hemorrhaging blood. It would be an aspirin. It's not going to save you. But right now, I could care less if it happens. I don't blame you. There are no new comics arriving currently. We do not know how long that will last, and my store is shut down by the government. That is what the problem is for us. If we are forced to stay closed for a long period of time, a crossover is the least of my concerns. We are dealing with too many unknowns. Too many things are outside of my control or anyone's control. So this guy doesn't even care about a Marvel DC crossover. This was just a fantasy. This is just a fantasy for people like Scott Snyder and Gail Simone and Kate Leth and all these weirdos to sit there and talk about, oh, wow, if we did it, then it would be fun. People are literally shutting down their businesses. Mom and pop stores are closing their doors. People can't get any comics anymore. The people who still care can't get anything. And you guys are sitting there going, I want to do Hulk versus Superman. Oh, I want to do something even better. Somebody said, I want to do Devil Dinosaur versus Commandy. Chop your own head off. Figure out how to do it. Same problems. Same problems exist. Everyone's funny. Has anyone thought what might happen to the online new comic ordering business? They are going to be taking a hit, to be put it mildly. Once new comic shipments are announced, I do not think we will have any problem getting people excited for their return. I will personally call every person with a pull box myself if need be. I understand why no new comics are being released. In my mind, it would create a whole new level of chaos in the market. Stores in states that were open could still sell. They'd still have comics flying off their shelves because people in states where their local comic stores were closed would be forced to suddenly scramble to get comics by buying them online. And these are all good thoughts. Will there finally be... Caesar has spoken. Behead thyself. Will there finally be another vendor for delivering comics other than Dynamite after all this is done? Yes, there will be. Don't worry. Many. There will be several. Competition is going to come back. I never believed it was a good idea to have just one vendor. One of their trucks with comics on it got hit, and that caused our store all kinds of headaches years ago. Imagine a fire at their warehouse. How much damage that would cause the comic book industry. Plus, competition would cause Diamond to up their game. Yeah. Mentally, I'm preparing for 2 months of no new comics. Why? Because past that, it becomes too much, especially if there's still no announcement about when new comic shipments will start again. Now, because I've been thinking too much about everything, how could the comic industry change for the better after this? In my years as a collector, I noticed cycles in the comic book market, highs and lows. Usually, when the comic market is in a low cycle, it would correct itself. There would be fewer titles released. Then after a time, those fewer titles would see growth followed by more titles. Only recently, after years of low sales, have some publishers finally reduced their output. Not Marvel, they doubled their output. DC reduced their output. They're going to reduce it again. Now, sadly, thanks to everything that's happening, we will very well, most likely see some publishers close down, which would cut down on titles. So Boom has closed down. Valiant has closed down. Aspen has closed down. These are small companies. Boom and, what about IDW? What's IDW going to do? They lost $6.8 million in the last quarter. What are they doing? The crowded comic market could become much less crowded once things return to the new normal with the return of new comic shipments. What problems will there be when new comic shipments return? How many comic stores will be left? Will there be enough to carry on the tradition of monthly new comics? Will I still be a store owner or a comic collector when new comic shipments return? Wow, how sad. This is incredible. How much of a hit will the economy take and how long will it take to recover? Wednesday was a depressing day for me. There were so many stores of people Stories of people who knew someone who lost their job. The hospitals here in central Iowa are looking at being overwhelmed. For the first time ever, I gave a lady a roll of toilet paper who was talking about how she could not find any. For the store, I bought the largest pack from Sam's Club just so I don't have to make as many trips. I have no idea months ago when I made the last trip that toilet paper would be such a big deal. I had a customer ask for an empty box so he could send toilet paper to his mom. I'm avoiding trips to the grocery store and big chain stores due to there being so many people there. I thought the whole point of less contact with people was to avoid crowds. I still go. I just go to, I go to these big retail shops. I enjoy it. All right. So what steps are we taking to have the store survive? We're going to cut hours. Yeah. Growing up, I learned someone always has it better than you and someone always has it worse than you do. Right now, I know there's so many people out there that have it a lot worse than I do. I'm trying to help out small businesses. I've been doing takeout food from locally owned restaurants. I asked today when picking up again, things slowing down for you? I could just tell from the mood of the place it had. Sadly, the answer was yes. Okay, so that's the view from the retailers. It's very sad. Ed Hart points out that you could take advantage of your workplace toilets. Just steal toilet paper. Don't do that. Don't steal toilet paper from workplace toilets. It's a terrible, terrible idea. I don't support that at all. Absolutely do it. Go ahead and do it. All right, let me look at some super chats here and see what you guys are saying. I don't know, guys. As I said, this channel, we're gonna watch all this go down. We're gonna talk about all of it, and I'm gonna make sure that you guys understand, why this is happening, what it means, probably what it's gonna lead to. I've been 100% right. The only thing that caught me off guard was DC Comics. DC Comics being like this. We're doing our own thing. That was very surprising and good. The Preacher says, Hail, got the poster today. It's freaking awesome. Hail Comicsgate, hail Peacel. # pencils down. Mark C says, do you remember Mr. Monster from the 80s? You should take a hard look at Preston Acevedo's Doc Salem on Indiegogo. This should be a $35,000 campaign, says Mark C. Ordinary Eyeball Drew says, all Comicsgate books should stay in demand 3+ months for COVID-19. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I had planned on shutting down Wrecked Planet directly after it ended, but today I was thinking, I might leave it up. I might leave it in demand. I mean, to me, the idea was to close it down, wait a couple months, and then maybe launch another cover, like I did with Blood Honey. I'd only have time for one more little campaign before we go to press. And get those comics to you guys by Christmas. But that was the plan. I don't know if I'm going to do that now. I think I would just leave it in demand and just leave it as one campaign. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. And if I want to launch another cover, I'll launch it while it's in demand. And that's just how we'll keep it going that way. Yeah, a lot of you have to make little choices like that. Leg Kick One says, you hear about DC looking at publishing options. Yes, that's great. Hatch 450SX says, back Sunsworn, Red Gaze novel with graphic visual. Jeremy Joestar says, last time someone claimed to be the next Stan Lee, he was outed for being an abuser towards women. Well, you guys already know that I'm an abuser towards all of you, so not worried about it. As long as we keep things above board. I think that, and who you talking about? Who was going to be the next Stan Lee, but he was an abuser of women? Yeah. EBS is an abuser confirmed. I never said I wasn't. Why? Of course. All right. I don't know who it was who said they were going to be the next Stan Lee. Dun, 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 dun. My tax accountant told me today I'll get $1.95 from my $1,200 government check. Sweet. Yeah, those government checks are coming, guys. Hooray. Hooray, huzzah. I'm not getting one. I don't think Hunter's getting one either because I claimed him as a dependent last year because he lived with us. And he was still at school. So he's mad about that. He's like, I want my $1,200 check. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. RR says, hey, hail EVS. I received my copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey and my Cyberfrog poster by Jay Lee. Thank you. And Andrea, for all of your hard work to get everything shipped out on time. Looking forward to Wrecked Planet. Hey, well, thank you, RR. Theocratic Pootie Tang says, love Antonio. Oh, I read this one. Mark Littlewood says, recently discovered you in Cyberfrog. Congrats. Looks great. Best jumping on point for Cyberfrog if back issues are so hugely expensive. Well, I mean, look, we've only been doing this for a little while at this point, and it's pretty easy to jump on. We have an eBay channel or an eBay store. Let me pick my nose. I have to itch it. We have an eBay store right now, and the link's in the description. And we have these right here. This is Cyberfrog Blood Honey. It's a signed copy, team up variant. We've sold 74 copies so far, but I think we have 200 total. So we do have enough, and you can go and buy a copy of Blood Honey right now. The link's in the description. If you like Blood Honey, come back and buy the Cyberfrog Ashcan set. It contains 1998, The Diary of Heather Swain here, this blue comic. This is an additional 20 pages of story that's kind of it ties into Blood Honey. It's kind of like Blood Honey from a different angle. And this is Amphibionics. This was a free bonus Ashcan. It reprints a story from the 1990s in color. That is bloody, gory. It's funny. It's everything that Cyberfrog was in the 90s. So, if you enjoy this, come back and get this, or get them both at the same time. We do have, until supplies last, we do have some to offer. So it shouldn't be hard to catch up, right? Shouldn't be hard to catch up to where we are. And then when you're done that, go back Wreck Planet. Wreck Planet is Cyberfrog 2. It's everything that you need. Okay, let's see here. Blue Samurai Zero says, Antonio's doing better than Liefeld since November. He's doing better now than Liefeld. Let me tell you something. Antonio is a tough cookie. I think we saw him rattle last night, but he'll be better. Death Metal Hero says, hell yeah, my homie Fragaboom. Deadwood Dale says, we need to make Fragga hats like the MAGA ones. Wait, what would FR stand for? America Great Again. But what would FR stand for to make a Fragga hat? You guys figure that out and we'll do it. MW became a new member. And MW, thank you for being a new member. Because you joined the channel, you are going to be getting a Rumblebee trading card. Now, this is something that I started doing. Hold on a second here, real quick. I started doing Rumblebee or trading cards for people who back who become members of the channel. It's. Let me see here. I'm gonna open this up so you guys can see it. I always try to do this. I want you guys to know what's going on. All right, this is share screen. Yeah. So if you join the channel, if you become a member of the channel, you are going to receive trading cards periodically, exclusive trading cards that are only for people who look. Comic Artist Pro Secrets member exclusive promo card. We just sent this one off to print. This is the Rumblebee trading card. This is card R2. R stands for Rogues. So R1 is the Vespis trading card. If you signed up for the email notifications list for Wrecked Planet, you're going to be receiving card R1. Now, so if you sign up for this, you're going to get this card, and we'll ship it to you. Andrea sends these out to everyone. The first card that we did was Heather Swain. Everyone loved that. It was a big success, and we're going to continue to do it. I really think these trading cards and making people kind of chase them a little bit is fun. And we're launching a trading card set, which is going to be 2 boxes. We're going to have 2 boxes. No, I think we're going to do, here's what I'm going to say. We're going to do 3 boxes of cards. Each box is going to contain 27 cards. So there will be a total of 54 cards in the base set. Okay. You get both boxes of cards. You'll have the entire 54 card base set. And there'll be an extra box of 27 cards that are going to be chase cards. That box is going to be a little bit more expensive. They'll have sketch cards in them. They're going to have chromium cards in them. They're going to have special cards in that other card set. It's going to be all mixed up in at random. We're going to make photo albums. We're going to make trading card albums for Cyberfrog and Salamandroid that are going to contain card collecting sleeves. We're going to make it so that these cards are chase items. I'll say, go here, join this, sign up here, do that. And as you do those things, you will be rewarded with an exclusive trading card past the set that you can get. You'll get an exclusive trading card because you are a member of this channel. You'll get an exclusive trading card because you signed up for notifications for Wreck Planet. It's going to be pretty fun. So this is the Rumblebee card. It's going to be on the way. I guess it's going to take about 2 weeks before we start shipping these. But we're printing them up in a very limited number. I think there are only going to be 1,000 of these cards. I feel like cool story, bro. All right. Let me read some more super chats. We have to talk about this stuff, guys. This is business. Cato the Younger says, Kanan is 6-figure art brand 2 biggest fumble in Comicsgate. Deadwood Dale says, Uncle E, I finally got the Chromium. Now all I'm waiting for is Unforgettable Tales, Vampirella, and Wreck Planet. Dear God, that's a lot. I'm putting product out there, guys. It is a lot. I got to have Cyberfrog stuff coming out all the time. And I'm going to talk to you about the plushie in a minute. Justin Anderson is a new member. Thank you. You're going to get that Rumblebee trading card. Comic Book Scrapyard says bisexual lighting, more like gender confusia. Gender confusion. That wins the internet tonight. That wins the show. Gender confusia. Michael Green says Fragga is streaming now, drawing Evil Ernie. Beautiful. All right. NH Nate says Kevin Sharp's Dragon Guard is epic. He's having some problems launching, is working on it right now. Check out his YouTube and Twitter now. Crazy good artist. Dix Insider says, hope the shirt I sent the P.O. box fit okay. Can't wait till next Monday for the meeting. Can't wait until next May for the meetup in Florida. Keep us posted, please. I will. What T-shirt? What T-shirt are you referring to, Dix Insider? Let's see. Snarkticon DM says, it doesn't matter where or how many places you sell comics if the stories are hot garbage. That's right. Matt G sent over a unicorn sticker. Thank you, Matt G. Rag Muffin says, I stopped by to say we are winning. Don't stop fighting. Dirty cheats and liars never win. Trust in Christ. The future is ours. Hail Comicsgate. Well, hail Ragmuffin. Thank you for that. Toki Deathhammer says, Ethan, you are the Joe Exotic of comics. Oh, I don't know what that means, but thanks, I think. Chris Stanley says, wrecked, and sends over a sticker of a hippo breaking his chair. Thank you, Chris Stanley. Sarcticon DM says, no new comics from stores, but got Cyborg USA 1 and 2 on Thursday. Comicsgate delivers. That's good. I didn't back that. I got to get a copy of Cyborg USA. Cecil of Christmas Past says, it's okay, retailer. Mags has a show out. Rejoice. Anthony Scott says, EVS shops during senior hours. Chris Swain joined the channel. He's going to get a Rumblebee trading card. The Tarix, thanks for $10, says, hi, EVS. I received my second chance Chromium Cyberfrog today. It came in perfect condition. Thank you. Hail Comicsgate. Hail War Campaign. Wow, thanks a lot. John Whalen says, almost everything in one's house can be used to wipe. Bull Durham says, Cyberfrog team up arrived today in great shape. Thanks. Thank you. Sketch Therapy says, hope they rot in hell. Stores, writers, and artists have known we are here for 3 years. FM, all I do not care. I've never heard of more than 1 or 2 CG-friendly stores. Most were silent out of cowardice or hate for us. This is true, Sketch Therapy, but it just doesn't matter anymore. It's just not going to matter. Peyton Holden is a new member. Thank you. You're going to get a Rumblebee trading card. And KCC is a new member and will receive a Rumblebee trading card. View of Uranus said, for readers, America is great again. Fragga. For readers, America is great again. Fragga is Frog returns, America great again, says Dean Starsevich. Let's see. P. Callan says, EVS, fix that lone beard hair. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I see it. It's down here. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me look in the... where's that lone beard hair? Where is it? I saw it on the little screen. I can't see it on the big screen now. I had one hair that was just hanging down. I would just yank it. I'd be like, and pull it out, and then all would be well. Kristen Barrett joined the channel. Thank you. You are going to get a Rumblebee trading card. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate you. It's gone into hiding. Yeah, I went like this, and it disappeared. Yeah, I know. Some people are just like, you got, look at this. How do you notice that? How do you notice that? Some people couldn't even see a stray beard hair. Let's see. Who do you use for distribution? Who do you use for distribution for your product? See, this is the thing. This is why Comicsgate succeeds. It's extra work, right? Here's the truth of the matter. Hey, thanks, Sketch. Here's the truth of the matter. You know, it's like we rely on ourselves. So my business model is so pared down and so simple. Small press publishers and indie publishers are telling me they envy what we're doing big time. They envy my model. They want to do what we're doing, but they can't. It's very simple. I offer you a book via Indiegogo. I make a few products per year, much fewer products than any other indie comic company makes. I offer you a few products. You buy them. I end up probably selling. I mean, on the high end, like Wrecked Planet, I'm going to have to box up 10,000 packages. That's going to take like a month. But, you know, for a regular campaign, I'm going to end up boxing up 1,000, 2,000 packages. We can do that here at home. So we get the stuff here. We get the Gemini mailers here. We get tubes for shipping posters. And we sit there at home as a family, and we box this stuff up. I sign it. It gets boxed up. Andrea boxes some stuff up, and Andrea does all the labels. Hold on a second here. Let me just check. Oh, okay. Andrea does all the labels, and you know, we ship out from our house. The postman comes and picks stuff up off my front porch. We have crates and crates of books that are all boxed up. They're on our front porch. We make a pickup every single day. The postman comes and gets them. It's so easy. I mean, it really is easy for individuals to actually do what I'm doing and what Comicsgate is doing. So that's our distribution model. We don't really need anyone else as long as the U.S. Postal Service is operating. And if the U.S. Postal Service isn't operating, we can switch to UPS, DHL, or FedEx. We can go private. But USPS is the cheapest. And as long as they are running, we can get our books to you. As long as Indiegogo is up and allowing us to use their platform, we can sell our comics. As long as YouTube is letting me have this platform here, that means I got to keep my mouth. I gotta watch what I say. I gotta abide by the rules here, and I don't mind doing that. Then I can market my comic books to you and market other people's comic books to you. This is all we need. I mean, this is all we need to do this. It's amazing. It's an absolutely amazing thing. The problem is that the mainstream comic book industry is a house of cards. It's a whole lot of people who rely on each other. In order, big businesses that rely on each other in order to stay afloat. And as soon as one goes down, they all topple down. It's dominoes, in fact. Yeah, I mean, we're evolved as little mammals, as little monkeys in the trees, which is what we are. We're monkeys in the trees. After the meteor hits the dinosaurs, we are evolved and prepared for this bold new world. We will survive. We're not enormous lumbering dinosaurs. We're little. I'm more like this size monkey. Early mammal, distantly related to man, according to Charles Darwin. Distantly related to man. We share a common ancestor somewhere. So that is that's us, man. That's Comicsgate. That's why we're going to do well. That's why we're going to succeed. All right, let me look at by the way, thank you guys. Wow, I think we hit 2,000 viewers tonight. Let me just say something. We hit 2,000 viewers tonight. Briefly for a minute, we touched the stars. 2,000 viewers. That's a first for this channel. We've never done that before. 1,800 viewers right now, 1,809 viewers at this moment, I believe. But seeing that 2,000 happen was extraordinary. That's never happened here before. Comic Artist Pro Secrets getting more and more popular. It's appointment live streaming, and I appreciate you guys. Let me tell you something. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for enjoying and reporting back whenever you get our posters, our cards. Thanks for buying our comics off of eBay. And thank you for this right here. I mean, Cyberfrog, Wrecked Planet. Remember what I said, guys. This is a game of inches. This is a game of inches right now. As we are, look, halfway through, a little less than halfway through the first month of this campaign. This is when we struggle for inches, not yards, inches. How can we sell you a copy of Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet? Can we convince you guys to join this train? Do you want to know the story? Do you want to know what happens next after reading Blood Honey? Have you read Blood Honey? If you haven't read Blood Honey, we have a way for you to read Blood Honey. It's on eBay right now. You can get a copy of Blood Honey. You'll have it in your hands in 2 days. Considering that you've read Blood Honey, if you have, how do we convince you to join us on this train, which is going to be ongoing? This is my life's work here. If you get on Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet, understand there's going to be Cyberfrog 3. It's called Red Extermination. There's going to be Cyberfrog 4. It's called The Green Supremacy. And that's the end of Cyberfrog Season 1. And then we will move on to Cyberfrog Season 2. Cyberfrog Season 1 will eventually be collected into a big, beautiful hardcover. Get on board with this story. Follow it now. Join this. This is the evolution of comics. So this is a game of inches. Can we move that number? $418,285. Let me refresh it and just see if we move towards that end zone a little bit more. 419. That is what it's all about. Almost $1,000. Almost $1,000 worth of comics sold in the time it took for me to talk to you guys about DC Comics walking away from their agreement with Diamond Distribution. This is gigantic, guys. Slick Rick says that beard hair was at least 6 inches long. What are you talking? How could it be? By the way, what are we going to do? You can't get your hair cut. All the barbers are closed down for the foreseeable future. We're going to see a lot of people with mullets. I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess what am I going to do? I'm just going to grow my hair. It's going to look stupid. I don't have a plan for this. I'm prepared for everything except for how to cut my hair. I can have Andrea try it, but she's not a barber. My beard's going to grow out. Get a Flowbee, shave it. I could shave it. I could shave my head. I could definitely shave my head. All right. Let's see. Dixon Sider says, I sent you the autograph Hooter shirt. Oh, that was a long time ago. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was huge. Snarkticon DM says, where's the steak? Come on, man. I got to do it tomorrow. Andrew's got to prepare it for me. Andrea took a steak out of the freezer that was appropriate for the event, but it's just not ready to cook yet. She's got it in the fridge. She's getting it ready. She's thawing it out. Tomorrow, I will eat a steak with my bare hands with you guys as witnesses. We will return, like early man. We will return to a world in which meat is sustenance. And we eat meat not with forks and knives, but with our bare hands. That's what it's all about. Look at this. I'm 6 backers away from 3,500 backers. I am 6 backers away from 3,500 backers. That is amazing, guys. That's amazing. All right, let me look at this here. Cyberfrog, Unforgettable Tales as well. Thank you guys for supporting this campaign as it just continues. They said it was going to make 120,000. It is now sitting at right on the verge of 133, one dirty tree. That's wonderful. I hope you guys are fully aware of crypto fashion. Buy a t-shirt. Buy a Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet t-shirt. Buy the classic Cyberfrog t-shirt. A lot of people bought this t-shirt, and a lot of people are wearing it. If you don't have a Cyberfrog t-shirt yet, you should get one, and then get the Get Wrecked t-shirt. Choose this design or this design. Get the Salamandroid Cyberfrog team-up cover poster. Get an all-caps comic shirt or baseball cap. Get a Soy Boy t-shirt. Get a Fandom Menace shirt. And then the brand new Chicken Fried t-shirts. The Chicken Fried t-shirts are going to perplex everyone. Everyone's going to ask you where the restaurant is. And you're going to say, it doesn't exist anymore. Not since they came. Not since the Vespas came. And then I want you to look at the sky and let a single tear roll down your cheek. That's the way to go. That is the way to do it. Okay, everyone. We'll take a little Q&A here, see what you guys are doing. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Says Waru E. Exactly. It exists in our hearts. It exists in our hearts. You know. Keith Dotson says, all my shirts have holes in them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know. Burdick says Soylo is fun. Yeah, the Soylo shirt was, I mean, you know, look, that shirt did great business. Everybody liked that shirt when that came out. KFC Uncle E. Cyberfrog needs his own logo. Like this, you mean? Like a logo? That's a thought. Your life's work is to build your McFarlane toys. Are you ready? Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Thank you for bringing that up. So I've got all these things in the works, right? I mean, I've got the card game. I've got the action figure. I've got Cyberfrog and Salamandroid plushies. I've got enamel pins, you know, and we're doing Cyberfrog versus adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. We're going to do a crossover. It's going to be the first Cyberfrog crossover book. They're going to be in there together. It's going to take place before the invasion and after the invasion. The adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. So Don Chin, who is the creator of the hamsters, is going to help me write it. And it's going to be a pretty big deal. Now, I've decided that I've got all this stuff, all this merchandise, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to offer it to you guys. And then it hit me today. Frog box. Let's just do a frog box. Let's just do a frog box. And in the frog box campaign, and by the way, you'll be able to order this stuff individually too if you want to. But we're going to do a frog box. It's going to be a beautiful box. I'm going to talk like Trump. Big, beautiful box. And in this box, you're going to be able to get a Cyberfrog and Salamandroid plushie. Little plush dolls of Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. We're talking about doing a little miniature as well. You'll have a miniature Cyberfrog or Salamandroid or both. I don't really know. The Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters crossover comic exclusive to the box. You're going to get the playing card set, like the card game is going to be in the box, and you're going to get an enamel pin set, all in the Cyberfrog frog box. I think that's the best way. I think that's the best way to get all this merchandise to you guys. Oh, there it is. There's the hair. Hold on. I'm trying to get it. God damn it. It's really hard. It's hard to do in a camera because it's like not a mirror. Got it. Ready? Holy cow. That is a long beard hair. I got it. I did get it. That was it. That was the one. That was the one. Yeah. Sager Ryman says, this is undignified. Have you been watching my show? Have you been here? Have you been here for 2 years? There's no dignity here. There's no dignity. Good night. I just saw that. How long is that? That was like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long. That was crazy. Concrete Leper is about to vomit from that. Let's see. Absolutely disgusting. Clone the hair. Good. Now glue it to your forehead. All right, break. A mini Heather. So there are some people. Okay, so what's in the box again? Says Green Cecil. I wasn't listening. Frog box. 2 plushies, Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. This is what I'd like to put in there. 2 plushies, Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. Enamel pin set. Playing cards, like card game set. Okay, that you guys have seen some of the artwork for. We're going to put that in the box. Cyberfrog versus the Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters comic book one-shot will be in the box. Little miniature figurine will be in the box. That's all I have for right now, but there might be more. We might do a t-shirt. We could do a t-shirt. But that's the thing. It'll be frog box. It'll be one big gift box full of Cyberfrog stuff. And you can get the stuff individually with the campaign. We'll do it very much like the Wrecked Planet campaign. Okay, so the Wreck Planet campaign seems to be a pretty good way of doing things. You offer the books individually, and then you offer a box and say you're going to get everything in the box. So if you don't want to just order things individually, just order the box. Frog box should be good. Hope that's good. Let's see. How much? I don't know yet. I don't know how much it's going to be, but maybe we can do it for the same price. Maybe we can do it for $200. I got to see what everything costs. But it's going to be a really, really nice quality box. Those plushies are going to be really cute. I showed you a drawing of what I want the plushies to look like before. No, you don't get a lock of Mike's hair in the box. That'd be disgusting. No. You don't get. Oh, no. We don't do that either. That would be terrible. How much for the hair? I'm making a voodoo doll. Do not make a voodoo doll of me. I don't want that. All right, read my other super chats. I will. Let me see. Imagine chromium posters, says Loch Ness Yoshi. Yeah. Ronnie Schreiber says it's the anniversary of my mother's passing 2 years ago, but because of COVID, I can't go to the synagogue to say Kaddish for her. Thanks, China. Wow. Rest in peace, your mother. That's awful. Blue Spectre says, talk about the crossover with your boy Zach and Malin. I still haven't read it. They sent me over the script, but I haven't had time to read it. And yeah, it's a crossover between Jawbreakers, Graveyard Shift, and Cyberfrog and Salamandroid. We're each drawing 7 pages of it. I'm drawing the last 7 pages of it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really good. And then we're each going to do a cover for it, launch it. Daniel LeOne is a new member. Bruce Wayne is a new member. Thank you. Both of you are going to be receiving Rumblebee trading cards. Loch Ness Yoshi says, imagine chromium posters. George Peter Gatsa says, say it loud. Comicsgate pencils up. CG pencils up. CG pencils up. Agent DeCamp says, Comicsgate gets it done right. Gabriel Torres is a new member. He's going to get a Rumblebee trading card. Snarkticon DM says, where's the steak? Come on, man. Let's see. Loch Ness Yoshi says, loving my book. I finally have all 3 of the original variants. Better late than never. Was it late to you? I got it to you on time, right? Or you just mean you were late in getting the first one? Snarkticon DM says, what happened to this Fix This Now shirt idea? I was going to actually publish all of Mark Wade's DMs threatening me on a t-shirt, but I thought it was too esoteric. I don't know. Some people would have bought it, I bet. Eddie Winkler says, tomorrow on Cro-Magnon Pro Secrets, EVS eats a steak with his bare hands. And Apex Comics says, I'm celebrating my first year of watching Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Hey, thank you, Apex. Very much appreciate you. Very much appreciate all of you guys and all of your support. Totally awesome. Andrew Huerta says, eat the meat, Ethan. I will. I'm going to. I got to actually have it first. Andrea's got to send it, get it cooked and bring it downstairs. Yeah. Well, you guys want it? I mean, you guys want the Mark Wade t-shirt? The Fix This Now t-shirt? I would actually just run all of the whole thing of, fuck your fans with a rusty chainsaw. Fuck them with a rusty chainsaw, Ethan. All that stuff. A lot of the F word would be on the shirt. I mean, it's possible. We could do it. I don't know if it's ethical, but it is funny. Sometimes ethics take a backseat to humor. Oftentimes with me. Oftentimes. Terrible. Happy anniversary, says Sketch Therapy. Yeah. Happy anniversary to everyone who's been, with me for a year. I appreciate you guys. Spirits Car says, I want the Cyberfrog fist bump t-shirt. We could do that. We could make that shirt. That wouldn't be hard. I should make more Cyberfrog shirts, frankly. Stonewall says, Diamond would make more money shipping toilet paper. Toilet paper manufacturers are like, we just can't make it fast enough. Why won't everybody stop? Slow down. Yeah. All right. Wonderful, guys. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get back to doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is drawing. And you guys get back to what you're supposed to be doing. And that is back in Comicsgate campaigns. Back Cyberfrog Wreck Planet, back Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales. Buy a copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey. Andrea will ship it out to you on Monday. You'll have it on Wednesday. And thank you guys for your continued support. And seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I got somebody on Twitter who said, "Do you actually read, my comments? Does my being a fan matter to you?" And uh, yeah, I read all the comments, and the fact that you guys support us in every possible way means everything to me and to Andrea, to this family. That means everything to Comicsgate, and we are eternally indebted to this audience. Thank you humbly and sincerely. Thank you very much. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see what kind of lunacy happens in the comic book industry. I will be here to let you guys know. By the way, Martin V says, "Mark Waid T-shirt." Yes, please. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Thanks, everyone. See you later.